I said they settle this in the octagon, guys. Like Threads versus Twitter. Winner takes all. Fight for your apps. Put it all on the line.
They're not really putting anything on the line, though. They're still gonna, no matter who gets beat up, who loses, they're gonna leave and they're gonna be however many millions richer.
Zuckerberg versus Musk.
Yeah, yeah. That's a really good matchup too. I will say it might be a little bit lopsided at this point. Zuckerberg, he's been able to stay steady not only from a business standpoint, but he's been very active. We've seen him doing his jujitsu tournaments and working out with Adesanya and stuff. But Elon, he's been struggling. Twitter's been not looking too hot. I know that there's been a bunch of different recalls with regards to his cars and stuff like that. There's a lot happening.
Yeah, but he called out Mark Zuckerberg on Twitter and he challenged him to a cage MMA fight.
Mm.
Now,
I'm glad he specified cage MMA because if this was a cage match and it was WWE or something, I would definitely be going with Elon.
that's not real.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm going with Elon if it's WWE.
So I think what happened after that, Dana White's thirsty ass jumped all over it. He made T-shirts, Zuck versus Musk. He got on the phone with both gentlemen. He said, "I'm gonna make this happen. It's a real thing." This is just weeks after he was saying he doesn't do gimmick fights. He is a huge hypocrite and a hoe for fucking making those shirts, bro. This shit's never gonna happen, but whatever. But it seemed like it was a real possibility because as you said, Zuckerberg has been training in MMA. I remember he rented out the whole UFC Apex last year to watch fights.
Yeah.
And Elon Musk, I mean, he's a bigger guy. I think he probably has over 50, 60, 70 pounds.
Remember those pictures of him with his barrel chest? That was like body dysmorphia or something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, he's got a lot going on. He's definitely had some surgeries and stuff, but I would like to see this fight. I would really like to see it. I think they, your people out in Italy, they said, "Oh, you guys, you can fight in the Coliseum," which I don't even know how the fuck that would work.
Be sick though. That would be insane. But how would that happen? Because literally the Coliseum, they just locked up some guy for carving his name into the wall or something like that.
Fuck, billionaire privilege is how it happens. I don't understand. Travis Scott is performing in the pyramids. Maybe anything could happen. I don't know.
Oh my God. Yeah. I listen, I would love to see it. I wonder what the pay-per-view is going to look like for that. Because they have millions and millions of followers. They have huge social media platforms. Are they going to just stream it live on their platforms for free for everybody? Or what is going to be the setup for that? I'm sure Dana White's not going to go for that.
Yeah, I mean, if they were to, they don't even need Dana White, but to make it official, they would need, the organization to run it. And Dana White said he would stack the card and put all the best fighters underneath them, and they would be the headliners, which honestly, I feel like
that would be sick. That would be sick.
Would it though? I mean, we've seen fights. We watch professional fights all the time. You see the best of the best, and we watch these celebrity boxing matches and these. We saw CM Punk go in the UFC and get his ass beat. That was entertaining in its own right, but to headline a card, like, come on.
Listen, we are UFC 290 just happened.
Yeah.
Right. Imagine UFC 300, Zuck and Musk headline. Then you get Izzy, you get Gaethje, you get all these different guys and girls. Break out some of the old legends. Holly Holm versus what's her face? Who did she beat up and she ran to acting? I forgot.
Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, Ronda Rousey. Let's get her. Let's get I don't know. Let's get a bunch of people.
Yeah. Look, you already ready to spend
I'm excited. I'm excited. Listen, $200 for the pay-per-view. Let's go.
If they can get within the similar weight, I think it would be interesting. But I think they got way too much money. They got way too many things going on. And I think Zuckerberg saw that tweet and he asked Dana White, "Is he serious?" And I think he took a little bit personal because just the next week, man, he dropped Threads.
He looked like he pulled that app together in literally a week because it is so bare bones.
But it's nice. They got 100 million users already. Threads, it's like Twitter. It's
Yeah.
a new application from Meta. You could pretty much anyone with Instagram can create a profile. It imports all of your data, all of your followers onto the new app, and you get to see, people threading, or it's pretty much tweeting. But I find it pretty interesting because we used to be on Twitter a whole lot more.
Yeah,
Follow No Chill Live on Twitter. We're
that's
actually
right.
live on Twitter right now. We're actually on Threads too, so follow us on Threads.
Mm-hmm.
We're fucking everywhere, man. But yeah, 100 million users in what 1 week or 2 weeks? I think 1 week, and at the same time, Twitter is struggling.
Yeah.
Elon tried to say you can only he throttled all the users, said you can only view X amount of tweets, and then they dropped this right afterwards, man. Do you think that this is the beginning of the end for Twitter? Because we've been since Elon has bought it, it's been chaos, bro.
So we've been talking about that for a while with Twitter
I
now,
know.
though. I mean, we thought it was going to be done when he first took over the company and then fired 75% of the workforce. We thought it was going to be done in the months afterwards, and nothing's happened. Like I still use Twitter. I check it for whatever's trending and to get my little social media news update sometimes in the morning, and it's still there right now too. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with Twitter. Maybe Zuck will just buy it from Elon for
Nah, that
like
ain't gonna
a
happen.
quarter of the price or whatever
No,
that Elon paid for it.
that's
It's
not happening unless
it's
they already
crazy
have something, a
in the
deal in
works.
place. Yeah, I feel like unless they're just trying to play us all. But I don't think he's gonna throw him a lifeline. Honestly, I mean, Twitter already threatened to sue. Then they put like out a cease and desist order or some shit against it
Yeah.
because Elon he fired all those people and he said
Hmm.
go find new employment
Yeah.
and they said Meta said okay come over.
And then Meta laid off like a whole bunch of people, tens of thousands of people over the last 6 months to a year. So I don't know. These are different kinds of games that these guys are playing. I mean, billionaire games are a whole different stratosphere.
Yeah, I said they settle this in the octagon, guys. Like Threads versus Twitter. Winner takes all. Winner loses the app. I'm sure Twitter would love to, own Threads and have those 100 million users imported to Twitter because there's a lot of people who have been using Threads who haven't tweeted in a long time.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're gonna fight. Just kill two birds with one stone. Fight for your apps. Put it all on the line.
They're not really putting anything on the line, though. They're still going to, no matter who gets beat up, who loses, they're going to leave and they're going to be however many millions richer after they fight and get that pay per view money.
You're right, and Vegas is where all the big fights happen.
Hmm.
And speaking of getting beat up in Vegas, Britney Spears,
Oh,
your
man.
family, Britney Spears, she was out in Vegas. I don't know. I guess she lives there because I think she used to do like a residency out there.
I don't know what she does, man, other than dance crazily. She.
Listen, she runs up on young NBA players, man. She ran up on Victor Wembanyama. I cannot say his name, bro. Can you say it now? Like
Wembayama.
Wembayama, Victor Wembayama. Is that right?
I think so.
Okay. She ran up on Victor, Victor W, V Dub. She ran up on him.
V-Dub. Volkswagen. Ran up on the Volkswagen. And,
Yeah, she tried to grab him, went up for the pick.
yeah,
She said that security slapped her to the ground.
she was lying. I knew that video was going to come out when she said that.
Bro, she put out a whole statement, wanted a public apology.
She did.
She said, she's been with some of the most famous people in the world in sync at one time. She said girls would literally throw themselves at them. On her way to the place, she was knocked down by 3 12-year-olds to get a picture with NSYNC. She said her security not one time touched them or even came near them. She's comparing herself to 12-year-olds. Point being, she
I mean,
said,
she's the size of a 12-year-old, so
I don't know about
she's
that.
really small.
Is she? I
Yeah,
don't know.
she's very smart.
Listen, she said, point being, I don't appreciate, the people saying that I deserve to be hit because no woman ever deserves to be hit.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, can she really say this when her first song was "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time"? Like, what the fuck? She asked for this shit.
Not the first song, but probably the big one of the big ones. I mean,
Shit,
listen.
you're right. What was the first one? I think I like the first one better, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, like the video came out that kind of showed, security kind of pushed her hand into her own face. She hit herself, and she did not fall back on her ass. She did look embarrassed from the exchange, but no, the police in Vegas, they reviewed this and said she hit herself. No charges.
You're right. That was her first song. Holy shit.
It was
98.
damn.
That was her first single.
Yeah, she's been asking for this. So like to me,
Yo,
it's in the lyrics.
Oh my god. I feel bad for her, but listen,
she's been looking for a hit for a long time.
The TMZ video came out and she literally smacked herself.
For real, she did.
Her arm glanced off the security guy's arm and she just boom right in the face. It's unfortunate. She also had this to say: traumatic experiences are not new to me, and I have had my fair share of them. I was not prepared for what happened to me last night. I recognized an athlete in my hotel lobby as I was heading to dinner. I later went to a restaurant at a different hotel and saw him again.
Oof.
I decided to approach him and congratulate him on his success. It was really loud, so I tapped him on the shoulder to get his attention. I'm aware of the player's statement where he mentions I grabbed him from behind, but I simply tapped him on the shoulder. His security then backhanded me in the face without looking back in front of a crowd.
Oof.
Nearly knocking me down. Yeah. Embarrassing. Nearly knocking me down and causing my glasses off my face. She missed a couple words there. Then she goes on to talk about all this other stuff, blah, blah, blah. She's 5'3", he's 7'4". Thank you to Vegas.
She did the tail of the tape. Like, come on, Britney.
She did. Listen, I think that this is... I'm sorry that this happened to her, but why is she fangirling so bad? You got to just chill out. If you want to meet somebody, go about it the appropriate way.
Yeah. I don't think she's an appropriate person or capable of being appropriate. I think she's so like disillusioned because she's had such a weird life and she's been on all type of meds. I mean, you look at the video. I don't know. Did you play the video of her dancing? I don't know. Like,
no, I didn't play it yet. I'm about to play it now.
I mean, we've been talking about Britney Spears and the Free Britney campaign a couple years ago, and I was always like,
we were supportive. We were definitely supportive.
I was not. I was like, I don't know if she should be free. I really didn't know. I was like, I don't know if she could, handle life on her own. She has been handling it. She has not been like hospitalized to my knowledge since she's been released. But she's
definitely towing the line. She is definitely.
She's erratic as fuck, bro.
Yeah. Let's look at her dancing. She posted this video like recently. This is like the best Shakira impression or what? She has some sort of obsession with her little tattoos that she has. It's about the year 2000. It's crazy. The scariest thing for me about it though, when she dances, is her face. It's always her face. You can tell by the eyes. You can tell by someone's eyes if there's just chaos going on behind them. And it's always like that for her. And
I feel like there's
that's
like
scary to me.
Nothing behind her eyes, bro. I don't know, man.
Do you think it's empty for you? I feel like there's too much going on back there. It's just...
you give her a lot of credit. Oh, man. Oh, we got Nat in the chat. She said, hola, mi gente.
You don't pronounce the H in that. You don't.
Hola.
There you go.
Listen, bro.
All those Latinas and you still can't say hola?
All those Latinos. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on Spotify. Follow on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
All the apps. We're everywhere. We are everywhere.